Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements looking at your recent past, current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? Friendly reminder that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me is in the description box below. All right, Sagittarius, let's jump on in and see what you guys have been dealing with. Recent past for Sagittarius, please. Okay, so we're going to pull oracle cards for the overall energy, and then we'll dive deeper into the story with tarot as we go. So this is just overall energy for Sagittarius's recent past. Two turned around. Work through your fears. Luck is on your side. Okay. This luck is on your side card is interesting. It is a new moon in Sagittarius card, but I feel like this is very much about trusting that you're being supported even when it doesn't feel like it. Because this work through your fears card, I feel like there were certain things that happened in your past energy that maybe threw you into what felt like the deep end a little bit. I feel like there were a lot of fears, doubts, insecurities that really came out during this time. And when we fall into fear, our reality and what we see in our reality starts to reflect that back. So when we're experiencing fear, doubt, and insecurity, and we fall into that energy, we start to see it in our reality, and we start to feel as if our fears, our doubts, our insecurities are being proven correct. And that's a completely natural thing that happens to any of us, you know, falling into fear, falling into insecurity, especially when there are things in your life that are happening to push you into that energy. It's going to happen. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the things that you fear are true. Meaning, you know, say a relationship ends and that relationship didn't go the way that you expected it to. That doesn't mean, you know, you might fear this means I'm going to be alone forever. Or I'm never going to be as happy as I could if that relationship worked out. But that doesn't mean that it's true. You might lose your job. The fear that comes out is I'm never going to have the money that I need, or I'm going to end up homeless on the street, whatever the case might be, or like things are only going to get worse from here. Though that might be the experience, that's not, and that fear is valid, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what is true, especially with the luck is on your side card. To me, this is very much feeling, it's like the Wheel of Fortune in reverse kind of energy. It's kind of like a blessing in disguise kind of energy, but I want to be careful when I say that because obviously I don't know what you guys are going through, and I don't want to downplay your experience by any means, but I do think that there is a bigger picture to all of this. But if you know me, that I'm often one to believe in the bigger picture. So what does Sagittarius need to know about their current energy here? Hold your vision. I like that. See, it's like hold on to what you desire, the love that you desire, the success you desire, the freedom you desire, the peace you desire. Expect powerful change. Hold on to your vision and expect powerful change. Right now is definitely a period where I feel like you might really want to give up hope, but to not give up hope. Now, I think that if you do feel like you're struggling to hold on to hope or the belief that things are going to change for the better, that's okay. For some of you, you might not. For some of you, you might be excited about where you're headed. But for some of you, you might be struggling to believe that this is possible here. I feel like as you're progressing forward on this journey, I feel like the more that you can tap into the belief that things are working out in your favor, the more that you're going to start to see that they are. But I feel like there is some sort of a powerful change that you're heading toward. Things might not have worked out for you in the past, or like there might be some things that have happened that make you feel like things aren't working out, but I feel like this is like the universe's way of saying you will see that they are. Like you will see, hold your vision. You're going to see that things are working out in your favor. Expect powerful change in a good direction, in the right direction here for you. What does Sagittarius need to know moving forward about their immediate future? A fiery climax approaches. Interesting. It's like, and I feel like whatever this fiery climax is, it's very like, it is this powerful change. It's the powerful change in action. What else about this future energy here? Maybe. It's the powerful change in action. Okay, there's so much here. Show the world the real you. You're very close to achieving your goal. Bring love into the situation. This feels like achieving some sort of goal. I don't know what, because this is a desired outcome here. Because the change is in alignment with your vision. The change is in alignment with your vision. But it's not unfolding the way that you expected. And I feel like that's where a lot of the fear is coming from here. It's not unfolding the way that you expected doesn't mean it's not unfolding though. Because this is a desired outcome. Now, seeing both this show the world the real you and bring love into the situation card, I feel like this is making sure you are staying true to yourself, staying true to your values, aligning with love and compassion and understanding, holding on to those good intentions, showing up in that authenticity. And I feel like you might be kind of experiencing this period where you're struggling to do that, especially if you're falling into like frustration or allowing that fear to kind of take over a little bit. I feel like right now is a time to try your hardest not to let that happen. You're human, you're going to make mistakes. I'm not saying that you need to be perfect in order for your desired outcome, but you certainly don't want to self-sabotage, right? I think that we tend to self-sabotage when it feels like things are not going according to our plan, and we allow those emotions to really start to take over. But yeah, this feels like a desired outcome. I don't know. And one that maybe you've waited a while for. One that you've waited a while for. I don't know here. It's interesting. I'm excited to dive deeper into what's going on. Yeah, then underneath you have a new start is coming. So I don't know. It's felt like it wasn't happening, but it's been happening all along. That's the kind of vibe I get in this reading. Overall theme of this reading for Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know? Protection. Ooh, this outcome is protected. This outcome is protected. And I feel like that's where it's like, I talked about how it's like you don't want to show up like in self-sabotage, right? I feel like this is one of those things where like even if there was self-sabotage, eventually you would be brought back to this outcome. Like this outcome is very divinely protected. Power. Your power doesn't come from trying to control what happens to you. Your power comes from getting to choose how you respond to what happens to you. And when we can show up believing that, we are supported, that things are working out for our highest good, even when we don't really know how or don't really understand how, or it certainly doesn't feel like it is, that's where things really do start to change. And this feels like right now, you're really being asked to believe that some sort of outcome is very divinely protected. Now, here's where I want to get, I have to be very careful with that wording, because I'm not saying, oh, if you think your ex is coming back, that's the outcome that's very divinely protected. That's not what I'm saying. The love, but being able to receive the love that you deserve and desire, whether it's through that person or not, that's very protected. You can still have that. The success that you're looking for might not happen through that one promotion that you feel really, really needs to happen. But you are on a path to being able to receive it in a way where it can happen for you. So the outcome, the success, the love, the abundance, the freedom, whatever it is that you're looking for, that's what's very divinely protected here. And that's where you have to find this balance between focusing on what you can control, focusing on what you can control and surrendering over the rest, which is incredibly difficult, especially when we do start to dip into fear, to doubt, to all of that. But some sort of desired outcome is very protected here. But you're being asked to step into your power, I feel like a little bit more than you ever really have, which is, really believing in yourself, believing that you are supported by the universe, all the good stuff that we talk about on this channel. Okay, let's start, Sagittarius, with looking at this past energy. Recent past for Sagittarius. Let's dive deeper into this story. What has Sagittarius been dealing with, and what do they need to know about it? Page of Swords in reverse. Oh, okay. You don't believe, I feel, okay. Yeah, because there's the Tower. So I don't know what happened here. Tower, things falling apart, very emotionally charged event. I feel like, the Tower can often feel as if the things that, it can often feel like your life is falling apart. It can often feel like the things that you deserve and desire are getting taken away from you, and that you will never be given the opportunity for those things again. But then you have this Ace of Pentacles. And it's interesting because it's like, whether or not you realize, the Tower was part of manifesting the opportunity that you deserve and desire. But I feel like you're kind of in this energy of struggling to believe that good things can happen, especially if you've experienced just like a lot of kind of just frustration recently, or just feeling like things have just gone wrong a lot. It's easy to kind of dip into this mindset of like, things will never be better, I'll never be happy, or things will never be different, like the too good to be true mentality, right? So that might be something that you've been struggling with, that like finally getting to where you deserve and desire to be feels a little bit too good to be true. I don't know necessarily what happened here. And I don't feel like that really matters. Like, it matters in your life. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but I feel like in terms of like this reading and the message in this reading, it's like, whatever did happen was actually trying to lead you to the opportunity that you desire here. It's kind of that, the quote that it reminds me of, and I've mentioned this in another reading this week. I don't remember which one it was, but you might have seen it if you watch other signs. And it was that when you pray for flowers, don't be surprised when it starts to rain. And I think that sometimes we ask for whatever it might be, the love that we deserve, the success that we desire, whatever it might be, we ask for it. But then we start to get in our head and we think that, yeah, this is what I desire, but this is what I think needs to happen in order for me to get to that desire. So not only do we have the desire and the attachment to that desire, but then we have the attachment to the path that we think needs to unfold in order for that to happen. So that when things don't go according to our plan, we start to believe that the desire is getting taken away from us, that outcome isn't possible. I thought that, I'm trying to create the love that I deserve. This relationship fell apart. That must mean that the love that I deserve isn't possible. I'm trying to create financial freedom. I lost my job. That must mean that I'm not, the financial freedom I desire isn't possible. And I get that, okay? It's natural. But when we attach a certain path or a certain like outcome to the outcome that we desire, meaning like this is what I desire, love, abundance, success, and it must happen this way, we might actually be blocking ourselves off from the bigger picture. So I feel like there's this need to understand that if whatever your goal is, to be loved, to be successful, to be abundant, that is very divinely protected. The universe is trying to consistently guide you toward that goal. It just isn't happening the way that you thought it would. And that, I know, can suck because you're like, well, I thought this was it, and then I poured so much into this, and then it didn't work out. What's the point of trying again, right? You really lose that excitement for what could go right because you're so used to things going wrong. But I feel like that's why right now you're really being asked to hold your vision despite what you might feel is happening. It might feel it might feel like a loss. It might feel like a tower moment, but it's actually, there's a half of a contact on this table here. What in the world? I don't know why half of a contact is on the table. It might feel like a loss. It might feel like, something isn't going well or like isn't working out for you, but it is. It is working. It's like, that's what this reading is. It is working out for you. It's just not working out the way you expected. And that's why I feel like, again, we've fallen into fear and insecurity, which is why your reality is probably reflecting back that fear and insecurity. So, interesting. What does Sagittarius need to know about their current energy? I have no idea why half of a contact I feel like it just fell out of nowhere too. Like both my contacts are in. I have dailies, so I will say sometimes my contacts end up in some weird places. That was strange. Okay, current energy for Sagittarius. Maybe it was like on me or something. Current energy for Sagittarius, please. Ooh, we're outside of our comfort zone right now. There's a lot that's out of your control. 3 of Wands here. I also feel like you're in a little bit of a waiting period. You're being asked to kind of observe things from a different perspective. Don't make any make any assumptions about what you see, because what you see is not what you see is not what you think it is. 3 of Swords here, I feel, because there's the moon, and I knew we were going to see the moon because it's an illusion. What reading did I see that was like this? I think it was Aquarius. And it was like, not everything is as it seems. I'm not saying this is exactly the same reading, but I feel like it's a similar kind of vibe, which I do feel like is kind of the vibe of the collective right now. Is like there are some things hidden in the shadows that are going to be brought to light. I feel like over the next, I don't know. I don't do astrology. I mean, I absolutely believe in astrology, but I don't know how to read charts personally, or like transits or anything like that. So maybe someone can tap in the comments, but I feel like there are some things that are like going to be revealed almost, like truths or hidden truths or bigger pictures, like the purpose, the deeper purpose for something. And I feel like right now things feel probably really sucky with the 3 of Swords. I feel like there's this energy of heartbreak, of pain, of having to navigate a lot of feelings based on how things have turned out. And I don't want to take away from your experience. And I'm definitely not saying don't feel the way you do, because you gotta, right? You gotta process, experience all you have to feel, and you're justified and all of that. But I feel like there's this, but yet you will see that things have been working out for you all along. It's almost like, what's a good example? I think I gave this example in a reading, and it's the one that's coming to mind. I think it was a couple of weeks ago, but it's like, say you wake up and it's your birthday. Like all of your friends and family have forgotten your birthday, and you're like, wow, this really sucks. Like, I cannot believe this. I thought people cared about me more, I don't know if you care about people knowing your birthday, maybe this resonates with you. But if not, like, just put yourself in the shoes of someone who cares. But everyone forgot your birthday, and it's got you down, your birthday's kind of sucked, but then later that night, you find out that all of your friends and family were throwing you a surprise party all along, and they wanted to trick you, and they're making you believe. It's kind of like that energy, where it feels, it's like the universe is in some way like throwing you a surprise party. It's like, and it's not, it might seem cruel, okay, because you're like, well, why do I don't feel like I deserve to go through this, but I feel like everything that you're going through is pushing you into healing and growth and involvement in some way to get you to the outcome, okay? So there does feel like there's a purpose for how things are unfolding, and I think that will make sense when you get to where you're going. Right now, what you're seeing, the experience, you're in an illusion, and the illusion of fear is the strongest freaking illusion there is, and it will, if we, again, fall into it, we're going to see things through that lens. So right now, it's like you're being asked to step back, to observe, and to trust. And not necessarily in that order, okay? And I'm not saying, like, don't do anything. Focus on what you can control, right? Try to work on taking care of yourself, work on, taking the steps that you can to show up for yourself in your life. It's not just, like, completely giving up and just waiting for things to change, but hold your vision. I think things are gonna, I don't know, because this feels like a desired outcome. It's just like, it's one that you're not expecting, which is interesting because it's desired, right? So it's like, how can I not be expecting it if I desire it? I think that it's the way in which it comes into your life, or like what it actually is like so much different than maybe what you pictured. Not in a bad way though. Like, I feel like it's exactly like, you're like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I wanted. I just didn't even know it. Like, that's what this feels like. Oh my gosh, how'd you guys know I wanted a surprise party? Like, I don't know. It's hidden though. It's hidden. Which is interesting because I didn't see the Seven of Swords, but I kind of get that with this eclipse energy, because this is the new moon eclipse here. Like, it's like hidden. I don't know why this is giving me hidden vibes, but it is. Okay. Immediate future for Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know? Moving forward about their immediate future. Desired outcome. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting relief. It's like things didn't work out this way so they could work out this way. And it's hard for you because you don't know what this is. So it's like, well, I wanted them to work out that way, but you didn't. And you'll see that when they work out the way that they're going to work out. Sorry, I'm channeling right now. I know I haven't pulled cards. Six of Swords. Okay. The Empress. So the Page of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Okay. There is some cycle that you're closing out because of this. And that cycle that you're closing out because of what you're going through and how things are unfolding is leading you to the new cycle, to the new opportunity. So that's why this had to happen. This had to because this cycle was keeping you, like, it's like the desired outcome's over here, but like you were just consistently out of reach because you were stuck in this cycle. Now you're breaking that cycle and it's like, there's the outcome. But I think that what you're having a hard time understanding right now, I feel like, is you currently don't see how this is possible. I feel like you currently don't see how you can be happy with however things unfold. And I get that, right? But that's why you're being asked to look at what's like, to understand that your current reality is an illusion. Stepping out of that illusion allows you to, instead of going, I don't see how it's possible, therefore it must not be possible, to say, I don't really see how it's possible, but I trust that the universe has my back. That mindset shift is part of breaking the cycle. Because if you don't allow the cycle to close, this outcome will continue to remain out of reach. Now, it's a protected outcome, so it will always be possible for you, okay? But there is, in particular, one cycle that you are currently closing out that has kept you from this outcome, which is why I feel like you have the Six of Swords. This is about moving forward from something. And as you move forward from that, you close out a cycle, you heal, you grow, you evolve, whatever was necessary for you to close out that cycle, which leads you, which ultimately I feel like resists or releases your resistance from whatever it is that you've been trying to create in the first place. And I don't know what it is. And I feel like that's supposed to be why I'm channeling it kind of generally. I mean, it is a general reading. And I feel like depending on who you are, what you're dealing with, it could be very different. But it's very like aligned with your deepest desires kind of thing. Like dream you didn't even really know you had, or like you didn't know that it could happen this way. Like I don't know what it is. But I know that you've been stuck in a cycle that has resisted this outcome, which is why this had to happen. This closed out the cycle. This is closing out the cycle to get you here. Now this is going to take time. Okay, this isn't just like you're going to wake up tomorrow and there's the desired outcome, okay? Focus on the healing, the growth. Like I said, focus on what you can control, but step back and understand that what you're experiencing, it's an illusion. Doesn't make it not real or not valid, and that you shouldn't, experience everything that it has to offer, but don't allow that hopelessness of like, I'm never going to have it or I'm never going to get there to creep in, because that within itself might be what keeps you from this desired outcome. Interesting. And I don't know if I read those cards. Six of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Five of Wands, Page of Wands. And this Page of Wands, I've wanted to say this, but it's like something you've wanted since you were a little kid, or something that like your inner child has always desired, or something that maybe your childhood wounding taught you wasn't possible in some way. I don't know, but it feels important to your specific journey, which I feel like is why it is such a divinely protected outcome. Okay, we're going to hop on over to the extended. This is what you need to know right now. Extended is what you can do right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self. So focusing more on that tangible advice. Any information for that is in the description box below. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Sagittarius.